Hello? Okay. For some reason, the yesterday's share, it didn't record.
Oh, really? Oh,
I don't know why. So that's why I turned off.
Word of Mario.
Shavuot Tov. Who is on the iPhone? Walter?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, okay. Where are you?
Yeah. I'm driving back from Beverlywood. I saw your daughter today,
Oh,
and your
yeah?
grandchildren, yeah, and your son-in-law.
Oh, because of the Bas Mitzvah.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah. Ernie was there also, so I don't know where he was. You know, Shabbos came out so late, and it's Rosh
I
Chodesh.
know. That's why we put it for 9:15.
I know. I told him. Everybody's there, so you know, it's late. Anyway. What's going on, Mario? What time is Shachris tomorrow morning in Young Israel, the first minyan?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on. Hold on.
Everybody. Can you close this door? Is there a door here? No door here. Good walk, everybody.
Shavuot Tov, Ernie. I'm the only one on. I think Mario's on.
I see Mario, I see Ganawa.
Elazar doesn't
It's
see.
8 o'clock.
No, the first minyan tomorrow morning in Young Israel can't be 8 o'clock.
Walter, is it 8 o'clock or at 6 o'clock if you want it?
6 o'clock, yeah. 6 o'clock. Ernie,
Yes,
6 o'clock is first minyan tomorrow. You gonna go to the first minyan?
explain to me, what do you mean, Rosh Chodesh?
It's Rosh Chodesh tomorrow. Yes, it's otherwise you can never make it. I think we have an 8:22 or something, 8:24 or something like that. You can't make, even if you can't make the 9:45, even if it's 9:45, you can make it. So
So Minyan is 6 o'clock.
Hold on. I want to make sure again. Yes. 6 or 8, one or the other.
Uh, I'm gonna try to go to 6 o'clock, I guess. I'll try to
Okay,
go to
what's
6
the-
o'clock.
what's the code there?
If
for
not,
Young
I'll go to
Israel?
7:30 and I'll just come late. If I can't,
Okay,
it's up to
that's fine.
join you guys later.
Okay. Well, I don't know if Marty's playing. I don't know what's going on. Okay, it's fine.
What are you planning to do? Are you gonna go to 6 o'clock?
I am going to try. Yeah, it's early, but I'm going to try.
Okay.
What's
We're-
the
What's the
subject here?
We're on Mem Zion Ahmed Bays.
Ernie, we
Sha-
also have to talk about
Shachris.
Shavuos sometime this week,
I would like to learn Daf Yomi like we've always done. At
right?
like
Right
11
after 12:30 or something.
Yeah,
huh?
11:30, the first shear,
Okay,
whatever the first shear is, we'll learn for an hour. And then
Okay.
we'll have to steak and stay. I'm probably gonna go home. So.
okay.
I'll
So what are you talking about now? Tomorrow?
Home together, maybe. Harold
Okay.
told me he would come.
I would go for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Mario,
So
would
what do you?
the first year?
When is that, on Thursday night, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Hopefully they're gonna have guards, driving around. I would hope the community has that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Okay. Okay,
So
Happy.
earlier you were talking about tomorrow morning, learning tomorrow morning.
no. Tomorrow, tomorrow,
Status nursing. Happy, come.
Novi Shir is at 8:15 after Mincha. And Daf Yomi will have to be at 9 o'clock after Navi. Unless you guys want to do it earlier, like at 6 o'clock.
I'm good for 6 o'clock, but whatever.
Okay, the rest of you guys want to do it at 6 o'clock?
I'm okay with 6.
Okay, Walter, is that okay with you? Elazar, is that okay with you? 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock?
Okay. That way we
Yeah,
get,
better than 9 for sure. Huh?
okay, fine, let's do it at 6 o'clock.
Okay, where are we now?
We're on the bottom of Mem Zayin Omid Beis. Mishamei Yosi ben Yoezer. So the Mishnah said, Batlu ha-eshkolos. My eshkolos. Eshkolos is like a bunch of grapes. I mean, Isha HaKolbo. These were complete people. They were full of Torah and mitzvahs. So after that generation, such a person didn't exist. Yochanan Kohen Gadol, Hevir Hoidayus HaMaisher. At the end of 3 years, right? Because every year the farmer had to give truma. In the first year, you gave Meiser Rishon to a Levi. In the second year, you did Meiser Sheni and you brought it up to Yerushalayim to eat it. In the third year, you brought Meiser Oni. And the Leviim, when you gave them Meiser, had to give Trumas Meiser. These are the sets of Trumas and Meiser that had to be given. So at the end of 3 years, everybody had to go to the base of Megdish and do a vidui Meiser. They had to say, I gave all the Meisers that I'm supposed to give, and Arami or Vedavi, there was a whole procedure. So Yochanan Kohen Gadol was mavatal this process. My time. Amar Yosef Rav Chanina. Lefi she'nois v'noisoi ketikuno. They stopped giving Trumas and Meisers the way the Torah demanded, and therefore there was no point in making Vidu Meiser because nobody really did it properly. Why? The Rachmana Omer Di'ahavi Levim. Mina Torah, the Meiser was supposed to be given to Levim. So Elazar would have had a lot of Meiser. But Va'anan ki avinu
You have a
lakohen.
cup there? Okay,
When-
please.
When they made Aliyah with Ezra Soifer at the time of Bayit Sheni, none of the Leviim, or very few of the Leviim, came with them. So they made a knas. Ezra made a knas that the people shouldn't give the Meiser to the Leviim, but rather they should give it to the Kohanim. So when the Vidui says, Asisi kechol asher tzivasani, part of the vidui is I did everything that I was commanded to do. The truth was they weren't doing it because Ezra made a takana not to give it to them. So that's why Yochanan Kohen Gadol was mevatel the vidui meiser. Break the Gemara of the loidiu al shar meisers. Yeah, but they gave other meisers a truma midin. So let them do the vidui on the other stuff. On Reish Lakish, called bayis, she'ein misvade al meiser rishon shuvei misvade al shar meisers. At a minimum, to do the vidui, you have to give meiser rishon to the. Why? My timer. Amar Abaye hoil pasuk v'kosef tchila. The pasuk the vidui talks about meiser rishon because it says, "V'gam nosati la Levi." The lager la yason v'la almanak kechonetz v'secha shetz v'isai. So since the pasuk starts dealing with the issue of giving meiser to the Leviim, and they didn't do that, they abolished the vidui. So mechlal, afrushi habim afrashi. It sounds from this Gemara that what Rabbi Yochanan Kohen Gadol did, he was mevatel the vidui. But it sounds like in his time they were giving maestras. But the Gemara is going to bring us another brisa that says not like that. Batanya, Afhu, which talking about Yochanan Kohen Gadol, Bitel esavidu. He was mevatel the vidu maestras. The Gozar aladmai. He was the one that created the Gzeira of Dmai. What's Dmai? Lefi shesholach b'chol gvul Yisrael. He sent messengers throughout Eretz Yisrael. V'ra she'ein mafrishin el truma gdola. People were only giving truma. Meiser Rishon, Meiser Sheni, miktzosan ma'ifrin, u'miktzosan ein ma'ifrin. Some people gave, some people didn't give. Armer lahem b'ni. Bo v'armer lachem. Kashem she'truma gdola yesh bo ava misa. If a person eats truma or tevel, where truma is in there, because you haven't given the trumas, it's misa b'gei shemayim. Kach trumas meiser. If you didn't give meiser to Levim, and the Levim didn't give trumas meiser to the Kohanim, the tevel yesh ben avanisa. So Omad v'hiskim lahem, they created the concept of Dmai, which was halokech perus me'am haaretz. If you bought fruit not from a chaver, but from an am haaretz, where it wasn't clear that he gave the appropriate maestras, mafrish mehen, when you bought from a retail store run by an am haaretz, you had to assume that maestras were not given. So you have to give Meiser Rishon or Meiser Sheni. And Meiser Rishon, Mafrish, Mehena Trumas Meiser. From that Meiser Rishon, you have to give Trumas Meiser. And all of that, Nois no Lakoyim. Now, Meiser Sheni, Oil of Achel B'Yushalayim. Now, Meiser Rishon and Meiser Ani, we non-Kohanim and non-Levim can eat Meiser Rishon, Meiser Ani. It's not like Truma. So then you have the principle of this is a suffix. So if the Levi can prove that Meiser wasn't given from this stuff, then he could be given it. But they could not prove it was a suffix. So therefore, the Meiser would not have to be given because which seems to imply that not everybody was given Meiser in the time of Yochanan Kohen Gadol. So Tarti TK. So Rav Yochanan Kohen Gadol did two things. Bitel vidu shel chaverim. He said that even chaverim who give Meisers did not make vidui. The gozer ad Dmai shalom haaretz because maybe they didn't mafresh, so they made this takana of Dmai. The afhu bitel esa ma'oirim. Rav Yochanan Kohen Gadol, he abolished the ma'orim. My ma'orim. Amarachva b'chol yom v'yom. Shahayu oimdim levim al duchan. The levim would stand on the stage and sing. Oimrim ura lama tishan Hashem. They would say, "Wake up, Hashem! Why are you sleeping?" Amar lahem. So Rav Yochanan Kohen Gadol said to them, "V'chiyei shina b'nei makom." What is there sleep by Kadosh Baruch Hu? Balok v'nemar hinei lo yanum v'lo yishan shemei Yisrael. Ela b'zman sheYisrael shurim b'tzar and umos ha'olam b'nachas v'shalva. When Bnei Yisrael are oppressed and the nations of the world are at peace, l'kach demar ura lamas tishan Hashem. But the fact that they said it every day, it was not appropriate. So he was mevatel this statement. Then the Mishnah said, he was mevatel the noikfin. My noikfin. On Rav Yom Shmuel. Shayu mesartin le'egel bein karnav. If a calf was going to be shechted, they would make a scratch on his forehead. Kidei she'yipol dam be'einav. So that it would blind him So it'd be easier to shech them. Also, EU bottle. Mishum demesa kimuma. Rav Yochanan ben Kohen Gadol was mevatel that minhag because it looks like it's a mum, and these were karbonos. He didn't want to do that. So asnisa tana, hayu choivtin oisa kemaklos. They would hit the calf with a stick before shechita. Kedech shoyts themselves ne'avodah zarah. Avodah zarah nix did that too. Omer lahem, admayasam machil nevelos l'mizbeach. Why are you feeding the velas to the mizbeach? Break the Gemara, the velas hashachitu. We were shechting this, not the vela. Elatrefus, shema nikiv krum shlomoach. When they struck the cap on its head, maybe they injured the dura, and it was like a mum, and therefore it makes a treifa. Amad viskilem tabos bekarka. Rav Yochanan Kohen Gadol made the rings where they put the head of the animal to make it easier for them to do shchita. Ad Yomov, Patish Makeb Yerushalayim. Until the days of Yochanan Kohen Gadol, a blacksmith hammer was heard in Yerushalayim. B'chol Shomoy. He was mavatal it because he thought it was a bizoyin to Chol Shomoy that the blacksmith would work. And he instituted the D'mai Mishnah. Mishnah Botla Sanhedrin, Botla Hashir Mebesa Mishtos. When there was no more Sanhedrin, so there was no more song. 1 second. So Shenema Bashir lo yishtu yayin. In the inns, there was no more shira. Yishemesu Nevim Arishonim. We'll see who that is. Botlu Urim V'Timim. There was no more asking the Urim V'Tumim. Mishachar Beis Hamikdash Botel Hashamir and the Noifes Tzufim. We'll see what those things are. There were no people who had a lot of emunah. Shenema Oshi Hashem Ki Gomar Chasid. Rosh Hashanah Oimer Heid Rav Yeshua. Yom Shachar Beis Hamikdash and Yom She'en Bo Klolo. In the time of the destruction of Beis Hamikdash, every day had some kind of curse. Lo Yarad Atali Bracha. The dew doesn't fall with blessing. V'nitel Tam Aperos. And the taste of the fruit went away. Rabbi Yossi Omer Avnitel Shuman Aperos. The fruit is not fatty. Rav Shimon also Omer Hatahara Natla as a Tamisareach. The fact that there's no tomb of a tahara, that's the reason that the peros do not have fragrance and taste. And hamasrois, the fact that we don't give meiser anymore, notlu as shuman adogan. The fat of the grain is removed. As nus v'hakshofim kilos akol. Promiscuity and witchcraft is what caused everything to be kalagavein. Now, umimai shemavat l'sanhedri. From where do you know that when the Sanhedrin was bottled, there's no more song, ksiv? Bashir lo yishtu yayin. Amar Avuna Breid Rav Yeshua. Shamar Kra. Zikeni mishar Shabbatu. Bachurim in the ginasam. That the Zikanim are no longer in the gates, and therefore the young people don't sing song. So there's a kesher between the abolishment of Sanhedrin and song. Udna deshama zimra, the ear that listens to song, teaker, should be pulled off. That means after the churban we can't listen to music. Amarava, zimra bebeisa churban beseifa. If there's song in the house, the lentil is going to be destroyed. Shenemar, kol yishorer b'chalon, chorev b'saf, the arza arab. Maiki Arza Ara, Amr Yitzhak, Bayisam Sulat Barazim, Irgu, that a house that's built of cedars is strong. Afilu Bayisam Sulat Barazim Israel, that even a house built with cedar wood would shake. If there's song here, Amr Vashi, Shmamina, Kimaskil Churva B'Seif. When a churban starts, it starts with the lintel. Shenamar Chayrev B'Sav. Iboisema Mehacha, Shia Yakusar. Shia is a shade who destroys houses. So it destroys the gate first. Honor Baravashi. I saw this shade. Mangat Kitora, and it's like a ox that gores. Amravuna, Zama Dinagdi Vidavak Udabakari, that the people who row the boats and the people who are the cowboys who take the cattle, they can sing because it's part of their work. The Gardoi also, but weavers, the singing is for their own benefit, so they're not allowed to sing. Ravuna Batul Zimra. Ravuna was Mavatal's song, and the bracha came. Kamea Uzi Bezuzi. So you could buy 100 geese with $1. Umea soy kiti. With $1, you could buy 100 bushels of wheat. And there was plenty to get. But us Rav Chizda Zalzel Bey. In Rav Chizda's generation, they were Zalzel with this takon of no song. And a person would spend even $1 for one goose. He couldn't find a goose. Zamri Gavri Va'ani Nashi. If the men sing and the women respond, that's pritzusa. Zamri Nashi Va'ani Gavri. If the women sing and the men answer, that's worse. Ke'esh bin uras. That's like fire. Now, Lamai Nafkamina. Which one do you mavatel first? You should be mavatel the women singing and the men responding. Whoever participates in 4 instruments, maybe Chamesh Puranas Ba'olam, Shenema. Havei mashkime baboker shekach yiduk u'machre b'neshef, yayin lavdikim, v'aya kinor v'nevel tot v'chalil. Kinor is a piano, a harp, tof, a drum, v'chalil, v'yayin mishtem v'spol Hashem le'yabit. So there are 4 instruments, Mike Siv Akrab, Lachen, Gala Inim Vigas. If they participate in these instruments, the people are going to Galus. Garmin Galus Lo'ilam. Ukvodim say Rav, they bring hunger. Torah is compared to water, causes Torah to be forgotten. It causes Hashem to be degraded. Eyes of the mighty will be brought low. The Gorim Shikra shall Yisrael. What's the punishment? Lachen Yerchiva Sha'ol. Nafsha, I will hide you with grain. Far people will be chok, the yard of Darba Minus to honor Ali's bone. So, period. Mishameis Nevi'im Arishonim, when the first Nevi'im died, so there was no more Urim V'Tumim. Man Nevi'im Arishonim. Amar Avuna Zeh David U'Shmuel U'Shlomo. After David and Shmuel and Shlomo, there was no more Urim V'Tumim. Rav Nachman Amar already be made David. Zin in Salik, Zin in Salik. Sometimes they got the answer, sometimes they didn't. Sharei Shol Tzadok HaKohen asked in the times of David, V'al lo. Shol Ev Yasser, V'al lo. Shenema Vayal Ev Yasser, and he didn't get an answer from the Urim V'Tumim. Mosif Rabba Bar Shmuel. It says in Divrei Yomi, "Vayili drosh Elokim b'mei Zachariah hamevin b'ros Elohim." My lab, but Urim v'Tumim Zachariah is much after David and Shlomo. Yet it implies that at the time of Zachariah there was Urim v'Tumim. Lo, b'maros hanevim, b'neviim, he would understand a prophetic vision, but not Urim v'Tumim. Toshma, mishachar beis hamikdash rishon botlu ari migrash. The fact that they had open areas in front of cities, that was abolished. Upasku Urim v'Tumim. There was no more Urim v'Tumim. Upasak Melech Beis David. There was no more kings from the house of David. V'im lashcha adam loymar. That you want to say that the Urim v'Tumim was still going on, because it says by Bayesheni, Vayomer hatar shta lahem asher lo yichlu mikodesh kadoshim ad amad hakohen le'Urim v'Tumim. That's in the Sefer Ezra. So they're waiting for it to come. And more low, it's like they were saying, oh, this is going to happen in the distant future, when it's going to be Tchias HaMeisim and Mashiach ben David will come. Yet, it says in the Baraisa that as long as it was Bais Rishon, there was Urim v'Tumim, which is way after the death of David and Shlomo. El Amr of Nachman Yitzchak, Ma Nevim Rishonim, Lafuke Mechagay Zechari Malachi. That means in the time of Chagay Zechari Malachi it was, but up until then, they are called Achronim Ninu. Up until then, there was Urim v'Tumim. Ton Rabbanim, Yishemesu Chagay Zechari Malachi, Niskalka Ruach HaKodesh Yisrael. With the death of Chagay Zechari Malachi, there was no more Ruach HaKodesh. V'afal Pichen Hayim Mishtamshim B'Baskol. They had a heavenly voice after them. Shepamachas Hayim Mesubim Balios Beis Guria B'Yericho. The Chacham were having a Suda in the attic of Beis Guria in Yericho. Nosna alein baskol min hashamayim v'arma yesh bachem adam echad shvoi shetish cheshkina alav. There's a person among you who is roy to have the shkina. Ela she'ein dor roy lakach. The generation is not deserving. Nosnu eneim behilal azokim. Uchashemeis yispidu hey chasid hey anav. When Hillel died, that's the Hespedegate. Talmido shel Ezra. He was a Talmid of Ezra. V'shuv pam acheres, later generations. Hayu mesubim balias biyavne. Noslan baskom neshamayim v'armelam yesh bachem adam echad shroy shetish cheshkin alav ela she'ein dor zakayin lekach. Noslo eneim b'shmuel HaKatan. They looked at Shmuel HaKatan. Uchshemeis yispidu also hey anavei chasiv Talmido shel Hillel. Afu Omar b'shas misasim. Shmuel HaKatan, when he died, he had nevuah. Shimon, which referred to Rab Shimon ben Gamliel, the Yishmael, which is Yishmael Kohen Gadol, Rab Yishmael ben Elisha, Lecharva are going to be killed with the sword. The Chavroi and their friends also Liktola. Ushar Alma Lebiza. The rest of the nations are going to be taken to Golos. V'akan Sagin Atin Lamesei Alama. And there's going to be a lot of tsaros. Afal read of above a big shloimar. Hey chosid hey anam. El shnitra for shah. Shein maspin al haruge malchus. The people killed by the Romans were haruge malchus. You didn't make a hesped. Mishachar beis hamikdash batal hashamir. When the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, there was no shamir. Torah Rabbanan. Shamir shebo bana shlomis Beis HaMikdash. The stones were cut. You were not allowed to use metal to cut the stones. The shamar was a worm that had some kind of acid that cut the stone. Shenemar v'abayis people and so evet shlomo masad nivneh. Advarim kichsavon. They brought whole stones and they cut them with a shamir. Did Rabbi Yehuda. Amar Rav Nechemia. Ef shalomar came. But look for a number called Ela Avanim Yikaros Kamidos Gozis Mikoreres Mamakera. They were cut with a saw. that the sound of metal was not heard when they built the Beis Hamikdash. They would cut the stones with metal outside. There they didn't use the metal. Amar Rebbe. Near in Div Rabbi Yehuda Bavnei Migdash. He finds that Rabbi Yehuda's pshat makes more sense with the stones of the Beis Hamikdash. The Div Rabbi Nechemi Bavnei Beiso. But Rav Nechemia was talking about the palace. Rav Nechemia that who held that they used metal kalim even for the stones of the Beis Hamikdash. Shamir l'may also what they with the shamir. The stones in the Choshen that you had to write the names of the shvatim ain't question bidyo. You didn't write it with ink. It had to be engraved. And you couldn't chisel it out. They had to be whole. You would write the name Ruvain in ink. Umarlan, you would show the shamir the ink. Shamir brachutz and it sort of imploded from the inside. Like a fig, a ripe fig in the summer, that it dents. The eina chaser klum. Ukebi kazush nivka b'mosak shamir ve'eina chaser klum. Parabon shamir zeh so kisaoyu. The shamir's creation is the size of a barley bean. Umisheshitz mebreshis. If it was created, it's one of those things I think created Ben Hashmoshes Erev Shabbos. Ve'ein kol davar kasher yachal lamed b'fanav. It's the hardest thing it could break the hardest thing in the world. So how did you store the shamir? So korchem also b'svogin shel semer. You put it in wool. Umenichan also be'itnei shel aver. You put it in a lead box. Malaya subi full of barley. On Ravami. Mishacharv Migdash Rishon Botlo Shira Pardona. This was some kind of like silk. Uzchuskis Levana, white glass. Like chariot, iron chariots. Yesh oimrim af yain korush abami sneer. This is thick wine that came from the Hermon. Adomer adomeki gulei dveil, like a fig cake. Now we mentioned in the Mishnah that they were mavatal noifes tzufim. My noifes tzufim amarav soilis shechafal gabinafa. This is fine flour that is thick that remains on the sieve. It's like flour that was kneaded with oil and honey. The Levi Omar shtei kikros anivokus betanur, like you bake 2 loaves in an oven. The toichos ubasach, and they swell ad shemigizulus until they each touch each other. Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi Omer zed dvash abaman atzipia. This is honey that comes from high places. My mashma, kidemetargim Rav Sheshes, like it says, kasher tasena hadvorim, kama denatzon de briosa v'saitin beroimi alma umasyin dusha me'is beitura. It's like the bees that live in the high places, and they bring honey from grasses on the mountain. It's not awesome. Kol anitzik tor. A flow out of a kli tamei, it's not considered a chibur from the tamei, a kli that's tor from the flow. Chutz midvash zifim vatzapichim, except for very thick honey, because how thick they are, it's not considered a flow. Now, my zifim, amrav yechim dvash shemizayfim bo. It's a very special honey that they mix inside that honey other things, and you can't tell because it's so rich. Reish Lakish amar al shem hakomo. Zif is the name of a place. Like it says in Yoshua, Zif, Vitelem, Ubailis, these are cities in Yehuda. Kiyotz b'davar ta'omer, bevoa Zifim. The Zifim were people, by Yomru l'Shaul, alo David, they informed that David about. My Zifim, Amar Yechonon, they Adam and Zifim Divrayim, they lie. But those are no, Hashem Zif, Vitelem, Ubailis. It doesn't describe an act, it describes where they came from. Then it said, when the base of English was destroyed, Posco Anshe Amana. People who believed in the Kadosh Baruch Hu regarding their parnas, the time of Ezra Gadol Omer, he has bread in his basket. He's worried about what he's going to eat tomorrow. That's Kitane Amuna. You don't have Amuna. You have to believe that Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to give you everything. Kol mi baz liyom katnus, mi gorm tzadikim shizbazu shulchanom. Who caused the tzadikim to lose out on the reward loss of lavo? Katno shaya behen. Shelo aminu b'Kadosh Baruch Hu. They didn't have full amuna that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was going to provide for them. Rava Omar, elu ktane b'nei Rosh Yisrael. The children of Rishoim who die when they're young. Okay.
Right, go ahead, honey.
Tomorrow,
Ernie, can I
hang
just
on.
ask?
Tomorrow we're going to learn at 6 o'clock.
No, hold on a second.